Whoa, wazam. Today's video is on a Congressional Reparations hearing, Burgess Owens edition. Put the video up.
Every witness and everybody here should be treated with respect, and please do so. Mr. Burgess Owens is an author and a retired professional football player for the New York Giants and the Oakland Raiders. He's the author of a number of books, including the 2016 book Liberalism, or How to Turn Good Men into Whiners, Weenies, and Wimps, which offers a history and analysis of the black experience in the United States. He attended the University of Miami, home of the Ibis, blow hurricane blow. Mr. Owens, you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm going to take a different tack from beginning. We are at this point, this is not about black and white, rich or poor, blue collar, white collar. We're fighting for the heart and soul of our nation. We have a very, very special country that started with the Judeo-Christian values that allowed every single generation to become better than the last. And that has not ended, that has not stopped until now. We're telling our kids a little bit something different, that they don't have the opportunities that we had.
Did y'all hear this lame ass motherfucker and author of Why I Stand, Burgess Owens? He said this is not about black or white. Bruh, that's exactly what the fuck this is about. Because if y'all want to put your fucking hands on black people and force them into a blue collar, white collar, rich, poor ass system, goddammit, we'll be somewhere else doing something else, goddammit. And it'll probably be way better than this bullshit. But he goes on to say they fighting for the heart and soul of a nation. My bad, I thought this was a fucking hearing about a hearing about a hearing about some bullshit, goddammit. That's what I thought, but you there to fight. So if we there to collect, goddammit, and you there to fight, you there to fight us from fucking collecting. So you already the motherfucking enemy. And he goes on to say, we have a very, very special Christmas country, Judeo-Christian and all of that bullshit, goddammit. I don't give a damn about no Judeo-Christian country. And then he said from the start, they wasn't no fucking Judeo-Christian. Matter of fact, they was all the shit that's in that fucking book, goddammit. But that's not what this about. But he said they was Judeo-Christians from the start. Oh, they was? So that was after they put the SARS blankets on the fucking Native Americans and tried to enslave them, but they was too weak and died off and shit. But then y'all found us by the grace of your fucking evil ass Satan or whoever the hell y'all worship. You found us and got your fucking point across, goddammit. Now you're tired of us being around it, you don't know how to handle it. That's Judeo-Christian to this fucking idiot, y'all. Then he gonna say that ain't the Judeo-Christian has allowed every single generation to be better than the last, y'all. Pause on that bullshit. This motherfucker, basically what he said was, let's examine it. He said they allowed. So that mean they control the fucking process of generation. He said they allowed every single generation to get better. Y'all know what the fuck that mean? It sound like, man, at first the slave ship had on just the metal cuffs, you dig? But then after that, you dig? When them new ships came through, they had a little more cotton on them, you dig? They ain't won't fuck our wrists and ankles up. You know, shit got a little bit better. And remember the first huts they gave us? Nah, nigga, we ain't got them old slave huts no more. Nigga, we got the new slave huts, goddammit, with the actual leaves inside of the pillowcase. Y'all hear what the fuck I'm saying? So he wanna take handouts, you know, generational handouts from these people. No, we wanna fucking succeed at our cost or goddamn debt, motherfucker. Y'all know what I mean. We wanna succeed at all costs. We ain't being put back on what the fuck y'all give us the scraps from the table. We wanna fight for our own fucking table. We want our own goddamn table. Not, oh, they allowed us to get one, and that ain't never changed, y'all. Listen to him again, goddammit, and then we gonna play the next clip.
Every witness and everybody here should be treated with respect, and please do so. Mr. Burgess Owens is an author and a retired professional football player for the New York Giants and the Oakland Raiders. He's the author of a number of books, including the 2016 book Liberalism, or How to Turn Good Men into Whiners, Weenies, and Wimps, which offers a history and analysis of the black experience in the United States. He attended the University of Miami, home of the Ibis, blow hurricane blow. Mr. Owens, you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm going to take a different tack from beginning. We are at this point, this is not about black and white, rich or poor, blue collar, white collar. We're fighting for the heart and soul of our nation. We have a very, very special country that started with the Judeo-Christian values that allowed every single generation to become better than the last. And that has not ended, that has not stopped until now. We're telling our kids a little bit something different, that they don't have the opportunities that we had.
All watermelon aside, get to the next clip.
I'm going to talk about some ideologies. And when I talk about them, I'm not talking about people. People change. I used to be a Democrat until I did my history and found out the misery that that party brought to my race. So when I talk about these ideologies don't change, people do. We are fighting for the heart and soul of our nation against socialism, Marxism, and the evil that it has brought to us in the stealing of our history. Karl Marx said it best, the author, the father of socialism, an atheist, anti-Semite, and a blatant racist. Yet we teach his philosophy in our school systems today. He said it, the first battleground is rewriting of our history. You steal our history, you steal our pride in our past, our appreciation for our present, and our vision for our future. And every single urban city in our country is now experiencing that loss.
Now y'all heard this fucking idiot, bro, cause y'all gotta understand, people like him is the motherfucking enemy, goddammit. He is an implant. He's a fucking plant. He is a mouthpiece for the Republicans, supposedly. I don't give a fuck if you Republican or Democrat, so I don't know why the fuck he keep talking about that, because clearly he talking down to black people already. Oh, y'all blindly following Democrats. That's the problem right there. Look what he said. I used to be a Democrat, then I did my research, I did my history. You stupid as a motherfucker. He done his history and found out the atrocity, the misery that party put on his race. If you did your history for a couple more hours, bruh, I think you would have found out that Republicans do the same shit and continue to, just like the dumbass Democrats, goddammit. So you need to keep doing your history. Then he goes on to say, we in a fight against socialism and Marxism. Stupid motherfucker, no we not. You at a hearing about a hearing about a hearing about, y'all not gonna do a motherfucking thing. That's what the hearing about, we all know that. But he talking about we in a fight against socialism and Marxism and shit, and the stealing of our history. Dog, we came here to get fucking money. I'll see what you idiots gonna say, because we know damn well y'all ain't gonna do shit. We came here to have a fucking hearing on reparations, motherfucker. What you talking about, the stealing of history? Who's stealing history here? Except what? We gonna bring up what you motherfuckers did and the reason y'all need to pay us? Who's stealing the history? Talking about, and the rewriting of the history. Talking about, Karl Marx said it best. The first battleground is rewriting the history. Why the fuck is he talking about history, y'all? We talking about cutting these motherfucking checks or direct deposit, motherfucker, for the $72 trillion that y'all stole and raped from us, goddammit. Why is he trying to have all of these divert arguments about history and shit? The history is y'all enslaved people, now pay the fuck up. This ain't about socialism, Marxism, Karl Marx, and all of that bullshit. Get your silly ass out of here. This about cut the check or else. He talking about if they steal our history, then they steal our pride in the past. Who's stealing history? We came here to get money once a fucking again, goddammit. What the fuck are you talking about? Pride in our past? What past? What fucking past we got prideful? Like as it relates to America, because before we got here, y'all know I know that we was fucking great in this, goddammit. But what the fuck is he talking about as it relates to America? Cause I don't hear shit. What can y'all think about that's so prideful that we had in America, our prideful past with America? Then this motherfucker gonna say, and the appreciation for the present. See, that's his whole spiel and shit right here, you dig? Y'all need to appreciate what you got. I bet you this ain't the last time he ain't gonna come across as a appreciative ass nigga, y'all. But let's play the next clip, goddammit.
Real quick history, because these are things that we're not taught. I'm blessed to be the great-great-grandfather of Silas Burgess. Came here in the belly of a slave ship, sold in Charleston, South Carolina with his mother to the Burgess plantation. An evil, evil man that drove my great-great-great-grandmother either to leaving her family, her kids, or committing suicide. I don't know, she disappeared. But Silas at age of eight, was blessed to be surrounded by men who believed in freedom. Even though they were shackled, they escaped. They went the southern route of the Underground Railroad, facilitated by white and Mexican Americans. And he's made his way out south to Texas. He ended up being a successful entrepreneur, owned 102 acres of land, paid off in 2 years. Started the first black church, the first black elementary school. Pillar of his community, 18 kids, Christian, Republican. His first son was Alpha Omega. Proud American, an example of what happens when any race, any culture is given hope, opportunity, and freedom. It didn't end there, by the way. The history of our black country, of our black Americans, has been stolen from us for decades, almost over a century. Booker T. Washington, 1882, began Tuskegee University. By 1905, it was producing more self-made black millionaires than Harvard, Yale, and Princeton combined.
Now, did y'all hear this fake motherfucker? The author of Liberalism, or How to Turn Good Men into Whiners, Wimps, and Weenies, Burgess Owens. This motherfucker started off disgracing his goddamn grandma. And shout out to her, because I know she's spinning in her fucking grave to know that this fake motherfucker is in her lineage, goddammit. He gonna say that his grandma either committed suicide or left the family. We don't know. She disappeared. Well, if you don't know, why the fuck would you say that about your grandma? Say some atrocious shit like suicide or left the family. You should have put some evil shit like that on the goddamn Burgess man, who name you still carry. Why is your first name Burgess, goddammit? That mean you come from a whole long line of coons, because your mom and them will name you after a self-admitted evil man named Burgess, goddammit, who owned your family? Like, how'd that go? You had no choice but to be a fucking coon. But anyway, he gonna give us a story of how this bootstrap story that his great-grandpa had went through the underground tunnel, not with Harriet Tubman and them, not with no black people. She went through that motherfucker with goddamn a Mexican and a white dude, goddamn it. And then they came here with hope, opportunity, and freedom. Now pay attention to this, y'all. This dude said any race will come up with hope, opportunity, and freedom. Y'all hear how fucking stupid that sound and how he insulting black people, first of all? He's saying every race but you. You did? Like, you the only ones too stupid to not come up off of it. Because he know he can't say the bullshit about the Jews. They got their fucking reparations. And they still get them. I just saw a commercial talking about give it to these old-ass Jewish women because Hitler had did some shit to them. You see, them people still get theirs, goddammit. And they took over your banks, but not us. We gotta hope. Man, I hope they give us the opportunity. I hope Master Boss and them give us the opportunity to work at corporate Inc. Goddammit. See? But then, after we get the motherfucking opportunity, we gotta work harder than everybody else, goddammit. If you a janitor, you dig, you gotta be 10, 12 times the other white janitor, because by the time you gonna do all of that scraping and scrounging, goddammit, and he already gonna be the manager. Oh, you wanna be the manager? You gotta work 10 times harder than the current manager. See how they do? But that's that old generation. They want you to go over there and outwork the motherfuckers. Now I feel like you should be on an equal playing fucking field. We shouldn't feel that way, huh, Burgess Owens? Like, man, this should be an even playing field. Why the fuck I gotta outwork the fucking cracker? Goddamn, you see what I'm saying? We gotta outwork them. If you want to be the top janitor, you gotta outscrub, because you know goddamn well soon as Billy come and he fix one toilet, oh, Jimmy's the manager now. You know how that bullshit go, bruh. But he want us to hope for an opportunity. Then when we get that opportunity, you better overwork every fucking body. You better slave to that, show master and them that you even 10 times better than the last guy. And then, matter of fact, he even said all any race needed was hope, opportunity, and freedom. And freedom from what? See, freedom from what? Enslavement. Give people their motherfucking reparations before I smack the piss out you. Play the next clip.
The 40s, 50s, and 60s. It was a black community that led our country in the growth of the middle class, led our country in terms of the men committed to marriage, over 70%, now it's 30%. Led our country in terms of the committed to business ownership, 40%, now it's 3.8%. Men matriculated from college. We now have a higher percentage of men incarcerated in college. It is, by the way, my degree was biology, and that I learned a long time ago that slavery is not a gene in the DNA helix. It's our actions, it's our attitude, it's our belief. I do not believe in reparation, because what reparation does, it points to a certain race, a certain color, and it points them as evil, and points the other race, my race, as one that is not only becomes racist, but also beggars.
Now, did y'all pay close fucking attention to that? This idiot comes in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. The growth in the middle class was growing up and all of this, that, and the third, as opposed to how fucked up it is now. So we understand what the opposite's gonna be. Oh, it was good back then in the middle class as opposed to now, right? For the middle class black man. All right. He said people was getting married as opposed to how it is now, huh? Ain't nobody getting married. People be saying baby mamas and all of that other bullshit, which he said later on, but we don't give a fuck about his breakdown. But he said as opposed to that, right? Then he said more black men was going to college, but now all of them incarcerated. So everything have an opposite, but when it come to college, shouldn't the fucking opposite be as opposed to dropping out, goddammit? No, he jumps all the way to incarceration because as he said, y'all, every other race could do it, but not you dumb niggas. Y'all niggas out here begging and shit. Y'all done became beggars and shit. Y'all out here worrying about the next people. Man, them people done apologize to y'all and every fucking thing else. Him and his little bootstrap story. You see how he get down? He even disgraced his motherfucking grandma, y'all. But nah, he wants to come back with the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And I got my degree in, what the fuck he said his degree was in, motherfucking biology. He said, and slavery is not in our gene, it's a belief in the action, y'all. So he like, y'all just out here bullshitting. Basically, we out here bullshitting. It ain't us. They didn't have to write a fucking law that say hire black people. Oh, it's just us. Affirmative action, which really was for white women. But anyway, they didn't have to write that because, you know, it was just us thinking that. It's just us. We lazy and shit, goddammit. We don't want do better. We don't want to pull up our bootstraps and all of that Obama ass shit that he's still saying. Somebody need to tell these people to update their shit because we murdering them every fucking day. Then he gonna say, is what reparations do is say one race is evil. Think about this, y'all. All we said was pay us back like the fuck you said we was gonna do. We ain't say one race evil, this, that, and the third, and then look what he said. And that make my race, the black race, not only racist, but beggars. We ain't beggars, motherfucker. We collectors. Collectors of a fucking debt. Either credit or check or debit. Direct deposit, goddammit. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. What the hell you talking about? We racists and beggars for asking for what the fuck is owed to us. And oh, we telling them people that they evil. No, we not. We done with trying to relate to them moralistically and all of this bullshit or ask them this, that, and the third. All we did was tell them, hey, pay us back. We ain't saying you evil no more. We ain't trying to relate to your morals and say, do you see what they doing with Jesus? We not crying to y'all no more. None of that bullshit. We not Burgess Owens and the Owens family here. Look at him. Look, is that Billy and Tiny Tim over there? Look at Tiny Tim over there and shit. You heard me? We ain't no motherfucking beggars. We asking Billy over here. Just give us what the fuck we asked for, you did. You know he probably inherited all kind of businesses from a nigga, goddammit. He know what's him. Look, trying to save save his race, goddammit. Look, we gotta blend in with these niggers. That way we survive, goddammit. Those opiates are taking us out. But look, old coon ass Burgess, the biggest smile in the room. Look at biggest fucking smile in the room. Fake ass boy. Play the next motherfucking clip.
I do believe in restitution. Let's point to the party that was part of slavery, KKK, Jim Crow, that has killed over 40% of our black babies, 20 million of them. State of California, 75% of our black boys cannot pass standard reading and writing tests, a democratic state. So yes, let's pay restoration. Let's pay restitution. How about a Democratic Party pay for all the misery brought to my race? And those, after we learn our history, decide to stay there, they should pay also. They're complicit. And every white American, Republican or Democrat, that feels guilty because of your white skin, you should need to pony up also. That way we can get past this reparation and recognize that this country has given us greatness. Look at this panel. It doesn't matter how we think. The fact is, well, it doesn't matter our color. We have become successful in this country like no other because of this great opportunity to live the American dream. Let's not steal that from our kids by telling them they can't do it. Thank you.
I know, you heard what he said this time. This dude fake as a motherfucker. He said he don't believe in reparations, but he do believe in restitution. And the Democrats, the ones with California and the 75% of black boys can't read, they should pay people. So all the Democrats should pay people. Do you not know what the fuck Republicans have done under Nixon, Reagan, and all them other idiots, you idiot? Did you research the Democratic Party? Just because you found out racism was in the Democrats don't mean there ain't racism in the fucking Republican side, you complete moron. But you think just because you jumped to the other ship ain't no racism over there. Matter of fact, how fucking old are you, you dumbass? Didn't you live through Reagan and Nixon and all of them fucking assholes who introduced crack to your motherfucking neighborhoods? Talking about they need to pay up though. And then he gonna say all of the people who feel guilty for their white skin. No, they feel guilty for the rape and the fucking continued rape and oppression of black people. What in the fuck is you talking about? And talking about the people who decide to learn their history and stay there, they should pay. What the fuck you mean? Do you really know your history? Cause sound like your dumb ass just really hit the top of the iceberg of some lame ass shit cause you bought a Booker T. Boy, Booker T ain't no real motherfucking history. Don't nobody give a fuck about that coon ass nigga. And yeah, I said it, I don't give a fuck about no Booker T. What is he talking about? Did you do your research on the Republicans, you dumbass? Do you know that Republicans and Democrats are fucking together? They in this and against your dumbass. What the fuck are you talking about? But they need to pay restitution, and anybody else is like telling our kids that they can't do it. No, it ain't. It's like telling your kids that you went and fucking demanded that these motherfuckers pay us what they owe us. And talking about rewriting history, that'll be the fucking day we rewrite history, Burgess fucking Owens. The day you motherfuckers hit the direct deposit or cash the motherfucking check, like I'ma keep saying, that'll be the day we rewrite history. When we say we went up there and demanded our fucking money, and when they gave it to us, son, you see this fucking castle I built? You see that school I built, goddammit? See our new black healthcare system, goddammit? Oh, you see the black judiciary courts around this motherfucker? And I do mean black, not cool ass NAACP was started by some white motherfuckers too, or the Congressional black not give a fuck about black people motherfuckers, goddammit. None of them. That was the day we rewrote history, my motherfucking sons and daughters. The day we burnt that motherfucker down. The day that we tied Burgess Owens bitch made ass up and put a sock in his fucking mouth and got our money, goddammit. Once again, y'all holler at me.